stereotype, whether it happens or not.
I don't think I've had that, but yeah, so Jenna texted me and said, Aiden said he played fire trucks over the weekend. Not parade, not food, friend's house, fire trucks. So it was like other kids, like, what did you do over the weekend? And all the kids went to Greenup, to the pool, you know, went bowling, watched fireworks, went to the beach, went to the zoo, played fire trucks.
That started for your kid.
Started trying to coach him, and like we didn't do it this weekend. What did you do this weekend? Like on Monday? Remember we went to the zoo, or we, you know, or last weekend we went to, we saw the truck, said couple words. Yeah, right.
Sounds good, man. What'd you do? Play with fire trucks again.
Stayed inside all weekend.
I'm not sure if Dan knows. Oh my God, of course they're down 5-1 again. They lost 9 in a row. How did they win so many? They were like, I don't know, 19 out of 22, and then right behind them. You know who's fault?
Because they've got 2 10-plus game winning streaks. Now, eventually 1 10-plus game losing streak. Consistency is not the strong point.
So out of 54 games, they've got 30 game winning streaks.
Right.
Or winning or losing streaks. Yep. Got anything for tonight or tomorrow morning, pre-assessments?
Yes. Yeah, it's almost done. I filled out the rankings or whatever. I just need to finish the last couple for reasoning. So
That's what it comes in, honestly, almost every, could you tell? I took one of your rankings out of this.
the middle.
Yeah, it's like, let's just see where guys
The
fall.
second one, I was like, I put agree, but I'm like, probably somewhere in between. Agree and disagree, like as a note for like myself, like, you know, when you're like, I'm not you're right, but
We also don't want to get all middles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my thought was just pick one, and it doesn't matter. It's in the text, I'll tell you from one of them. We all may have. Yeah, once, 2 or 3 is plenty, because everyone has 2 or 3, that's a long discussion, that's how much, don't feel a need that you have to get all items into the meetings. That's the exaggeration. That'd be good, then we'll, next one.
We're good to go. Okay, we're good to go. If the board members could please make sure you have your microphones on. Ready, Mike?
Ready. The one that they were going to.
All right, good evening. It's 6:30 PM on Tuesday, May 26, 2026. I'd like to call to order the Village of Brookfield Board meeting. Would everyone please join me in a pledge of allegiance to the flag?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mike, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, Trustee Ketchmark.
Here.
Trustee Whitehead.
Here.
Trustee Hendricks.
Here.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Here.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Here.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Here.
President Garvey.
Here. Thank you, Mike. We have one appointment and several proclamations. The first item, I'd entertain a motion to reappoint Ryan Evans to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a term expiring May 24th, 2029.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Trustee Ketchmark, second by Trustee Hendricks. Any questions or comments on the appointment?
I would just say that we appreciate Ryan's
insightful comments and questions. It's good to have his perspective on the board.
Thank you, I agree.
Or the
He's
commission, sorry.
served the village and community in many ways, and we appreciate him agreeing to be reappointed. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Ryan, could you please come up? I think you've done this a few times.
I'll take your picture.
Katie's got, yes. We're
You never bring
insisting.
the whole family with?
Can we get him a lollipop or anything?
I'll
You
give
get
him a
suckered
If
lollipop.
after all these years.
All right, you're to have your right hand up. I, Ryan Evans, having been reappointed to the Office of Planning and Zoning Commissioner in the Village of Brookfield, in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Planning and Zoning Commissioner
of Planning and Zoning Commissioner
according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I lost track of how many kids you have, so I'll just give you the
Like I said,
Ryan, thank you again for your service. We really appreciate it.
You start to sign there. I just scratched that.
Okay, we have several proclamations that they'd like to read tonight. The first I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Trustee Whitehead to help me out by reading the National Mental Health Awareness Month proclamation.
Yes, thank you, President Garvey. This is a proclamation of hope for the day's Proactive Mental Health Awareness Month. Whereas May being recognized as Mental Health Awareness Month, the Proactive Mental Health Awareness Proclamation was created to raise the visibility of mental health education and resources in our community. We also want to help start the conversation, destigmatize it, and help connect people with the proper support services. And whereas, according to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, there are 130 deaths of suicide per day. Out of the people surveyed, 55% said they are embarrassed and don't know where to get help. However, 67% of individuals felt that educations can help in proactive prevention. And whereas 2 in 3 people surveyed by the Foundation for Suicide Prevention said that COVID has made them more empathetic. It has also made half of the individuals more open to talking about their mental health. Overall, 81% of those surveyed said that now is the most critical time to have these conversations to make suicide prevention a priority. Whereas the Village of Brookfield publicly places its full support behind those who work in the field of mental health, education, and law enforcement. And whereas global organizations like Hope for the Day and our local mental health partners serve on the front lines of a war that is still surrounded by a stigma. And whereas we encourage all residents to take the time to understand mental health through education and recognize that we need to take care of ourselves while we take care of each other. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Trustee Kyle Whitehead, and President Michael Garvey, do hereby proclaim this month of May 2026 as Proactive Mental Health Awareness Month in the Village of Brookfield.
Thank you, Trustee Whitehead. It's a very important proclamation, and I know the village prides itself and this board prides itself on promoting mental health awareness. Trustee Gilhooley serves on the Proviso Mental Health Commission. We also have Lyons Township Mental Health Commission in Riverside, and we have the Loft in town, so very proud to sign this to raise awareness this month and throughout the year. The next proclamation that I have is Motorcycle Awareness Month proclamation. Whereas safety is the highest priority for the highways and streets of our village and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, and whereas motorcycles are a primary, common, and economical means of transportation that reduces fuel consumption and road wear and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion, and whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our village and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of ABATE of Illinois, which is a brotherhood aimed toward education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education, and awareness in high school driver's education programs and to the public in our village and state, presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 120,000 participants in Illinois over the past 9 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join ABATE of Illinois in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles, as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education, awareness, and respect of the citizens of our village and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable organizations, and whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the village of Brookfield and throughout the great state of Illinois. Now therefore, I, Michael Garvey, Village President of the Village of Brookfield in the great state of Illinois, in recognition of 39 years of ABATE of Illinois and over 352,318 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role Illinois serves as a leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May this year, 2026, as Motorcycle Awareness Month. And I'll sign this proclamation also. And there's one final proclamation that I'd like to read. It's National Safe Boating Week. Whereas recreational boating continues to grow as a popular way for millions of Americans to relax with their families, and whereas increased public participation in this healthy outdoor sport has emphasized the need for greater attention to courtesy, safety, and education to minimize incidents which lead to boating mishaps, and whereas a significant number of boaters who lost their lives by drowning would have survived had they worn a life jacket, whereas the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Flotilla 37-25, Division 37, District 9, Western Region, which represents Salt Creek and Des Plaines River, supports National Safe Boating Week and provides boater safety, education, results in our waterways, providing a relatively safe and almost accident-free environment. Now, therefore, I, Michael J. Garvey, Village President of Brookfield, do hereby support the goals of North American Safe Boating Campaign and proclaim National Safe Boating Week in the Village of Brookfield, and urge all residents to always practice safe boating techniques while on our lakes and waterways. In witness thereof, I urge all those who boat to wear it and practice safe boating habits. And again, I will be happy to sign this proclamation also. Okay, that ends the items we have up for appointments, presentations, and proclamations. I'm going to open up to public comment. Is there any public comment on this side? Brian, have you been to a board meeting before? Do you want to come up and say something, or do you just want to say things from the back? That's what I thought. Anybody on this side?
No, I'm gonna call him.
Okay, then stop talking. Anybody on this side? You're better than that, Brian. All right, reports of special committees. Trustee Narimatsu.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the corporate warrant dated May 26, 2026, in the amount of $1,451,229.08.
Is there a second? Okay, the motion was made by Trustee Narimatsu, second by Trustee Kaluzny. Any highlights or anything you want to point out?
Yeah, we had a line in there for $152,000 for the body cam bundle, but that is being covered, $105,000 of that is being covered by the grant that was awarded from the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board that was applied for by Deputy Chief Mahalik in the amount of $105,000. So that is one item I wanted to highlight. About $28,000 on the branding project out of a total of $85,000 we're anticipating to spend on that project, and $403,000 for the Maple Avenue water main improvement.
Thank you. Do any board members have any questions or comments related to the warrant? Okay, hearing none, a roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
With respect to Public Works, I just wanted to thank them for all their help with Project Nice last weekend. Was that last weekend?
It was.
Okay.
Yep.
What time is a little?
16.
Yes, that was a nice event, and I know that they did a lot of work moving mulch around and planting trees and all sorts of things. So They've also had a successful open house last weekend and plan to have another one in the fall. Otherwise, they've been out there busy planting trees, grading alleys, replacing our banners and sweeping all the streets. We do have 2 new seasonal employees, Anthony and Evan as well, so look out for them. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Narimatsu. Trustee Gilhooley, Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, the chamber, a few updates. So there have been a lot of business activity recently that staff presented to at the last chamber board meeting. A lot of new applications for businesses, including a Dollar Tree on Ogden Avenue, Atwood Studios. This would be a reopening of Atwood Studios on Broadway. G Aesthetics, also on Ogden. Archangel Beauty on Broadway. Hale Repair Company, it's paintless dent repair on 47th Street, and La Flor Michoacana on Broadway Avenue, projected opening quite a ways away, but they have applied for their new business license. Also just wanted to note, you may have talked about this last meeting, but Brookfield Shops at 8 Corners had their grand opening for the second cohort a couple of weekends ago. Beautiful weather. Shop owners are very excited, and in helping with some of the foot traffic to that, there's going to be the new artisan market on Wednesdays. There'll be on 6 Wednesdays throughout June and July. Those artisan markets will be from 4 to 7 p.m., June 10th, 17th, 24th, and July 8th, 15th, and 22nd. These will be on and the artisan market will be located there on Broadway. In addition to that, courtyard events are planned by local businesses on those same days during the artisan market, including Sway Dance, who will offer live dance lessons on June 10th. And then Miss Claire's Mini Musicians will do pop-up music classes for babies and toddlers on June 24th and July 8th. So a lot of cross support there for the businesses. Couple of other things here, some dates to note. Also, if anyone's not familiar, the Chamber does host after-hours events for all of its members. The April one was attended by 35 people, so really well received. And the next one will be at the zoo on July 23rd, which is always a popular one, but the guest number is capped at 50. So if you are interested in attending, go to the Chamber website to sign up sooner rather than later. The Farmers Market opening day is coming up Saturday, June 6th. It will run every Saturday through the end of October from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. They have about 146 vendors this year. Not all of them will be present every week, of course, but that will also include young entrepreneurs, food vendors, farmers, and artisans. There will also be an art festival, which we'll talk more about later in the summer, but just to save those dates, it's September 19th and 20th in Kiwanis Park. There will also be a car show on August 23rd. And before that, a national night out, our annual national night out celebration on August 5th. And then just 2 notes, just to give our thanks to them. Clara D'Onofrio has stepped down from her position as treasurer of the Chamber, and Ann Clark, who has served as an administrator of the Chamber, has also stepped down from her position. I just want to thank them both for their service for many years, serving the Chamber and the community. And that ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Gilhooley. Trustee Hendricks, Planning and Zoning Library.
As for the library, I think we may have noticed that it's looking a little different at the moment. I think they would just want me to say that they're getting a little bit of a facelift, some repair work done, but they are still open. For the Planning and Zoning Commission, they are meeting on Thursday, this Thursday, the 28th, in this room. And that's my report.
Thank you, Trustee Hendricks. Trustee Ketchmark, Administration Economic Development.
The Economic Development Commission met last Wednesday with discussion for a future business roundtable with local businesses and other stakeholders, which was related to a grant from the Local Initiative Support Corporation. That's still being put together. It's in its early stage. It'll be something happening this fall.
And then there was continued discussion related to the village's economic development plan, asking commissioners for more input on the policy direction and areas for further consideration and concern. The next meeting will be in July. It meets every other month now. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Ketchmark. Trustee Whitehead, Parks and Recreation.
The Parks and Rec Commission met Tuesday, May 19th. Some updates from the Parks and Rec Department. Ellert Park Field 1, Phase 2 construction. That's construction of the press box and the new storage unit behind home plate. Will begin in June after the RB baseball season is finished. We, in just a few minutes, will review and vote to approve the Maple South Park grading and earthwork plan that will set the stage for installation of the playground equipment soon after, so new park coming soon at Maple South. Summer camp programs are scheduled to begin on Monday, June 1st. A total of 241 participants currently registered for week 1 of Camp Kiwanis, Camp Great, and Traveler Camp, and another 61 participants are registered for the first 4-week session of our Brains and Games Enrichment Camp starting the following week. Some updates from the Parks and Recreation Foundation as we're preparing for a busy summer event season. First, the foundation is actively seeking sponsorships from local businesses. The deadline is this Friday, May 29th. $500, $250, and $100 gold, silver, and bronze sponsorship levels. We're also welcoming in-kind donations of gift cards and merchandise that can be raffled off at the farmers market each week, where we will be selling ducks. Please contact me or Trustee Narimatsu or any other member of the foundation board if you're interested in sponsoring. Thank you to all the local businesses who have sponsored us this year and in years past. Duck sales kicked off at the Brookfield shop's grand opening and are also now available online. And of course, we are very excited for the kickoff of the farmers market, where we will be each week selling ducks. Ducks are $5 each, and you can win up to $1,000. If you buy 10 ducks for $50, you can earn a free golden duck that can add to your prize money if that golden duck wins. Of course, all proceeds from these activities benefit local families in need looking to enroll in parks programming. Depending on their income level, families are eligible for discounts of up to 50% on registration fees for parks activities. The Parks and Rec Commission next meets Tuesday, June 16th at 6:30 p.m. here at Village Hall. And that's it for the report.
Thank you, Trustee Whitehead. Trustee Kaluzny, Conservation, Beautification.
Yes, the Conservation Commission is currently meeting on the lower level from 6 to 7. So I got a couple of updates before coming up here. One exciting one is that Brookfield and staff and Conservation Commission have received the National Park Service Rivers, Trails, and Conservation Assistance Program Partner Excellence Award. All of those words. And that's for all of the work done at Creekside Woods, on the trail, and all of that technical assistance we received. And so we've been the coolest partner, I guess, in getting things done and working with them on executing some of those plans. And so that was really exciting. I'm going to coordinate a group photo when that award arrives, so I'll let you all know when that happens.
I want to see that all fit on one plaque.
Yes, I think it's actually the RTCA award, but I asked what that meant.
I appreciate that explanation.
The other piece I just wanted to mention is that I know I talked about it last meeting, but I was remote and on Zoom, but I just wanted to thank again the commission and all the staff, Public Works Manager's Office, on the piloting the compost, finished compost program. It was gone in, I think, less than 48 hours. Everyone was very excited about the compost, and they're talking downstairs about how to expand on that and have some further communication on the website about how people can most successfully use that compost in their lawns for both plants and also stormwater management. Their next meeting is in June, but I'm going to report back when it is, because there was going to be some discussion tonight about changing that date, and I am not down there for that. The Beautification Commission had their Project Nice on May 16th. They had a wonderful morning for it after just a little bit of rain right before. But thank you to Public Works for all preparing all of the areas for all the work that was done. We had back to the Boat Awareness Month, we had a lot of boaters out on the creek doing a creek cleanup. They found a lot of weird stuff in the creek, so it's really great that we continue to clean the creek and have volunteers that are willing to do that. There is a cool picture that's on the Facebook post with everyone's favorite garbage that they found. So definitely check that out. But really want to thank the commission, all of the residents that came out, and Public Works and the Salt Creek Watershed Network for partnering on that event. Their next meeting is the first Tuesday in July at 6:30 p.m. That ends my report.
Thank you, Trustee Kaluzny. No real updates with the Brookfield Zoo at this point in time, other than it's just getting into their summer busy season. In terms of WCMC, we continue to monitor the legislation going through Springfield, specifically related to the Build Illinois and the zoning issues. If you get the emails and you have opportunities to submit witness slips, I've been told these are the things that we can do that can make a difference. So if you get those emails and particular legislation and want to submit witness slips, the WCMC and the Illinois Municipal League is continuing to work to try and get us a seat at the table to talk about those plans that could dramatically affect how our community looks going forward. So, and I just wanted to thank the Joshua Harris Memorial VFW Post for their hosting the Memorial Day ceremony yesterday at Veterans Park, and thank you to all the staff and departments that were involved. It was very well attended. There was a great crowd, and special shout out to Victor at Public Works for getting everything cleaned up and set up, and it was a, like I said, very well attended ceremony, so thank you to everyone involved in that. So that ends the reports of special committees. I'd entertain a motion to pass the omnibus agenda.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Ketchmark, second by Trustee Whitehead. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. We have two items under regular business. The first, I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance to grant a Class II liquor license for Taco Amor at 8420 Brookfield Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by Trustee Gilhooley, second by Trustee Kaluzny. As the memo indicates from NOAA, they've been in business for since June of 2025, and they meet all the requirements, have submitted everything. There have been no issues there. And they've talked about doing this for a while, and they're trying to get this done for the summer season. So any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The final item of regular business, I'd entertain a motion to pass an ordinance waiving the competitive bid process to award a contract to J. Nardulli Concrete in the amount of $39,573.57 for earthwork at Maple South Park.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Trustee Kaluzny, seconded by Trustee Whitehead. He teased this a little bit earlier. We usually don't, there's specific requirements for waiving bids. We have a very detailed memo from our Parks and Recreation Director explaining why this recommendation to waive the bids. Did you want to add anything or say anything, Matt, or? Do the board members have any questions related to his memo?
No.
Kind of laid it out pretty good, and as Trustee Whitehead indicated, this is a project we're trying to move forward. The park has been shut down for a while, and this will help expedite it. And Nardulli is a contractor that is very familiar to us and meets all the state requirements. So, questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. That ends the items we have in our regular business. Tim, do you have anything?
Yes, thank you, President Garvey. Just a couple updates. On your warrant list you approved this evening, there were a lot of things on there, but 3 were related to engineering agreements with various contractors. So I was asked to provide an update on 3 of these projects. So I will do that one at a time. Starting with the longest running project, one of the longest running projects that I've been involved with in the village of Brookfield since the bridge was constructed outside. And this is Ciorba is our engineering consultant, working with the village of Brookfield on being the lead agency on a bike path, a regional bike trail that would eventually hook up to the main line of the Des Plaines River Trail. Ironically, the village is somehow we're the coordinating agency, but actually a relatively small portion of the project occurs in Brookfield. But as a real quick refresher, This is a project that involves the village of Brookfield, the village of Riverside, the village of Alliance, Cook County, and the Cook County Forest Preserve District. And this would again be, they are trying to create linkages in their regional trail, the Des Plaines River Trail that runs north and south throughout the region. Our component of this would be a path along 31st Street from Prairie east to either McCormick or Gulf. That's one that has to be determined. It has been determined, from working with the county and the zoo, that our portion of the trail will start on the south side of 31st Street, cross the bridge, because that's where the sidewalk exists now. Then there will be a crossing to the north side, and the trail will continue the north side. Staff was planning on coming back to the board, the second meeting in June, with detailed cost, maintenance responsibilities, and so forth for that path. CEREMONIES has been working quite a long time on this. As one can imagine, when you're dealing with 5 different governmental agencies, there are going to be delays. This project has certainly experienced those. Perhaps the most significant delay involved actually in Riverside, the location of how the trail was going to go from First Avenue down Wabansie, eventually hooking back up to crossing First at Ogden, where it goes into Lyons. That was about a year delay in terms of having them, the village of Riverside, work with the county to agree on a proposed route. CEREMONIES kind of was in the middle of all of that. I'm pleased to say that they did come to an agreement, and the village of Riverside and the county have both approved that. Now the planning moves kind of south towards Lyons, and the county needs to work with Lyons, the village of Lyons, about getting the path on the north side, running alongside east on Ogden, on the north side of Ogden, then crossing Ogden, getting through Lyons. There's still some things that need to be done there. So the work that was on your warrant list from CEREMONIES was, we meet with them monthly. We have monthly meetings with Hancock Engineering and village staff, and then staff from most of the other agencies that are there. So they are actively working, and they've been working on, like I said, all the logistics of this plan. In terms of a schedule, we're hoping that the Phase 1 report will be done with everybody's approval. CEREMONIES will prepare it, the agencies will approve it during the first quarter of next year. And we're hoping that we have to pursue Phase 2 grant funding, hoping to get that as well. Most likely you're looking at construction in the year 2029 or 2030. Any questions on that?
Thanks for the update.
Okay, next one, Civil Tech. Civil Tech, this is not as long of a project as the bike path, but it's kind of long. But this one is completely in Village of Brookfield's border, and it's real quick. I think we all know what Energize Ogden's all about. It's a planning study. Through a competitive process, the village board approved a contract with Civil Tech to be our engineer to help us through that process, this project. The goal of this project is to improve the Ogden Avenue corridor, and that's certainly the right-of-way improvements, as well as certain, it does touch on then as we improve the right-of-way and we delineate the right-of-way with curbs, better drainage and so forth, many substandard or non-standard parking areas along Ogden need to be eliminated and hopefully replaced. We've come to the board over the last year or so with those areas where there are problems. Board has given us direction to continue to move forward with planning for these improvements. We've done so. We've had meetings with those property owners that are affected, and Civil Tech has been the firm behind all of it. The work most recently that's on your warrant list from Civil Tech, along with this project, is drainage improvements. And so, again, we're hoping that but the project, when we implement it, will involve the complete rebuilding of Ogden Avenue, the roadway, including parkway enhancements, new street lighting, decorative parkways, and sidewalks. Perhaps some of the most expensive work involves subsurface work on sewers. Civil Tech has been working to design upsized Ogden Avenue sewer, which doesn't sound all that exciting, but the benefits to the village are certainly a better drained Ogden Avenue, but the sewer will be sized in such a manner to allow for tributary areas all around Ogden Avenue, north and south in the village, where we can, on our own time and our own schedule, at some point in time in the future, install storm sewers to hook up vast areas of the village and reduce the reliance then on the combined sewer system. So that'll be a big improvement when it's done. Hancock is working on, with Civil Tech, to identify the areas where that would be most advantageous to us. And that was most of the work that we talked about at the monthly meeting this month that Civil Tech has been working on. In terms of a schedule, ongoing, Civil Tech is working towards the completion of its Phase 1 report. They're hoping to submit to IDOT. As a reminder, all of this, obviously Ogden Avenue is owned by the state of Illinois and Illinois Department of Transportation. So they need to approve any plan that we ultimately come up with. They're hoping to submit to IDOT in the third or fourth quarter of this year. And then we're at the behest of IDOT, but we're guessing that they will approve that plan in the first phase of 27. We did work with all of those aforementioned parties, and we do have grant funding approval for Phase 2 study. So once IDOT approves Phase 1, we'll move into Phase 2, which is design engineering of all of these improvements. And then we will be doing that throughout 2027 and hopefully get that completed and approved in early 2028, which means all of us say that we're hoping the construction would begin in 2029 or 2030. We do not, as of yet, have funding approved for STP money for the actual construction, but we're hopeful that we've gotten Phase 1 and Phase 2 through the STP program, working with the West Central Municipal Conference. So we're certainly hoping that that will come down the pike as well. This is a very large project. It's going to be in excess of $20 million when it's all said and done. So we're hopeful that Doug doesn't have to come up with $20 million out of the general fund to pay for that whole amount. But I'm sure he could if we have to. You're not going to do that? Any questions on that project? Okay. Last project involves the engineering firm and the architectural firms of White and Company. And the work they did this month that's on your warrant list, this all involves Phase 1 of the Creekside Park Improvement Project. The board will recall we've got an OSLAG grant to pay for 50% of the cost for renovations of this park. Total estimated project costs are about $1.2 million. And the grant we got through the OSLAG program is for half of that, so $600,000. White has been working on final engineering plans and preparing for our engineering specs so we can go out to bid on this project next month. So hopefully it'll be coming to you all in July or August to award grants, or to award, not grants, but award bids. This project, Phase 1, includes, the components will include a new picnic shelter, game tables, new concrete pathways, a unisex toilet out there, native plantings and landscapings, poured in place play surfaces, so with new play equipment so that it'll be safer and meet all current standards on park design, and decorative fencing. And again, if all works the way we want it to, we will be going out to bid for this in June and coming back to the board perhaps in July or August with a bid award. As a reminder, we've had several conversations with the board about this project. Phase 2 is coming at some date to be determined. Phase 2 will consist of, we hope, a bridge, pedestrian bridge, from Creekside Park over the creek into the currently undeveloped South Kiwanis Park, but we're also working on plans to activate that space a little bit more with recreation paths and have a destination that's worthy of a bridge. So that will be coming in sometime in the future. Any questions?
On that one, the White and Company, I think there were 3 different spots for landscape design as well on the warrant. I was just curious if you knew offhand what those were.
Those are for our planting locations, Veterans Circle, Congress Park, and the seat wall.
Okay, great, thank you.
I know there's been lots of dialogue on the bridge. At one point, I think the Phase 1 of the project included some prep work for the future funding and construction of the bridge. Is that still the case, or would all the bridge stuff be moved to Phase 2?
Correct. When we submitted the project, it included bridge abutments in phase one. Because that was to be completed as part of phase two work, it had to be removed from phase
Okay.
one.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for the updates, Tim. That ends the items we have on the village board agenda, so at 7:06 PM, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
The motion was made by trustee Gilhooley, second by trustee Whitehead. Roll call, please.
Trustee Ketchmark.
Aye.
Trustee Whitehead.
Aye.
Trustee Hendricks.
Aye.
Trustee Narimatsu.
Aye.
Trustee Gilhooley.
Aye.
Trustee Kaluzny.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, the board meeting's adjourned at 7:06 PM. We're going to go into the committee of the whole meeting right away, but Clerk Melendez has a work obligation in the city, so he has to leave. Thank you for being here, Mike.